Welcome back. An American Pickle was released for streaming on HBO Max over the weekend. Matt Perrin shares his thoughts on the film in your Monday Movie Musings.
Welcome to another Monday. Well, for me, this was a tricky week for streaming. I couldn't get my HBO Max password to work, so after seeing Stephen King's recommendation, I decided to review Vivarium. Then I watched it and realized that I absolutely had to get my HBO Max password to work. After some troubleshooting, success, and I was able to watch the original movie I wanted to do. So without any further ado, here's my take on the new Seth Rogen comedy, An American Pickle, and after that I'll give you a few words on Vivarium. Our movie begins in 1919 in Slupsk, where Herschel Greenbaum, played by Rogen, is a common ditch digger facing all the problems of the time. However, soon he meets and woos Sarah, another peasant from the area. Both have bigger dreams, and after getting married, the pair set off for America. Herschel gets a job as a rat exterminator at a pickle factory. With the family preparing to gain a new member, Herschel vows that in 100 years their family will be prosperous and powerful. Soon after, there's an accident at the factory which results in Herschel being trapped in a pickle vat from which he only manages to escape 100 years later. His story is announced to the world, and although everyone he knew and loved is long gone, they manage to track down his great-grandson Ben, also played by Seth Rogen. Herschel is thrilled to have found family, but he definitely needs to adjust to present-day times. After finding out that the family plot is in disarray and being disrespected in his eyes, Herschel starts a fight with some city workers, resulting in he and Ben's arrest. Having a criminal record ruins Ben's chance of success that he's been building for 5 years, and after a heated exchange between the two, Herschel is forced to set off on his own, where he's determined to start a pickle empire. As the movie progresses, we see Herschel's pickles becoming a hit and him gaining fame. This incenses Ben, who does everything in his power to sabotage Herschel. He tricks him into making defamatory remarks on Twitter and television, causing the city to revolt against him. We see Herschel and Ben both butting heads and trying to hold together family as well. Although it's fairly predictable, we as the audience wait to see exactly how this one's going to play out. So what to say about this one? First off, we have a milestone movie because it has Seth Rogen and drugs are never even mentioned. Other than that, I have to go straight down the middle with this one. I didn't dislike it, but at the same time, I wouldn't stop on it to watch it again if it were just playing on TV. There were several laughs to be had, but this isn't a laugh-out-loud movie all the way through. I did like the meta way that at one point the movie makes fun of its own premise and cleverly dismisses it. It does a good job of showing how times have changed and the role that political correctness can play in our everyday lives. There's definitely commentary on social media and how people hear what they want to hear. Seth Rogen does a good enough job playing the two characters and differentiating between the two. It's definitely interesting seeing him in more emotional roles, but at the same time you're very aware that you're watching Seth Rogen, so it's hard to get fully immersed in it. So overall it's a cute movie, but you don't have to beat yourself up if you don't have HBO Max and can't watch it, which is more than I can say for Vivarium. That was a 25-minute short thriller stretched into 2 hours. It's a very predictable story that goes a little off the rails at the end, but you don't really care because it's dragged so long to get there. For me, it's like Annihilation. It's getting some praise, but after watching it, I wish I'd done anything else with my time. So if you have to choose between the two, go with An American Pickle, but hopefully we find something a little better for next week. This has been your Monday Movie Musing. Back to you.
All right, stick with us. Tyler has one last look at your forecast when the news at noon continues.